What is happening, great people? It's Zangieff, your Russian mate from Russia, finally back to making the reaction videos. And by the way, this is the very first reaction video on this channel. If you're watching me for the first time, probably you don't know that I have the main channel where I used to make reaction videos. And by the way, today's choice of topic is not random, because actually I have more than half of the audience coming from the United States. That's why the first video I wanted to make about the US. I have already seen some videos before, when the people were telling about some differences about the US, Russia, the whole other world. I haven't seen this one. Probably there will be something I have already seen. Probably something new, but that's the point of today's video, to probably discover something new together. If you are coming from the US, or probably you know how the things in the US work, I would really appreciate if you leave the comment, especially at some moments of which I did not understand, if there will be such. But I think that this video will not have any specific slang or whatever. So anyway, good luck to all of us. Let's go.
Well, you may have lived in the United States your whole life without realizing that something totally normal for you seems bizarre to people from other parts of the world. Who knew that munching on fried pickles in a highly air-conditioned room was so outlandish? Well,
I did not get it from the very beginning. So she was kind of cooking pickles. Do you cook pickles? You eat them fresh, I mean salted, but like, I don't know. All right, probably this will be in the video. So let's go.
There are some other highly entertaining Americanisms I've gathered. Let's count it down from number 21. Sales tax is a guessing game. When you go shopping in the U.S. and see a price tag that says $14.88, don't expect to pay $14.88 at the register. Sales tax is not included in the price of an item. And since this tax can vary from state to state, figuring out your total can turn into the ultimate mental math challenge. In many European countries, the sales tax is already included in the price. It's known as a value-added tax, or VAT.
So, absolutely agree here. This is not the first time when I'm hearing this, and this is totally a nightmare, at least for me, person living in Russia. We have the same system as in Europe. There is a value-added tax, and it is already added in the overall price that you see on the price tag. So if I see that something costs $5 would be the final price that I will pay. That's it. And another strange thing for myself is that each state has its own tax rate. I do believe that there is some kind of history, if we're talking about some independence of each state, but here in Russia everything is equal. Probably there will be a joke, everything is communist. But anyway, the thing is that we have more than 80 some kind of states here in Russia, regions, and everywhere the tax would be 20%.
We're total workaholics. A lot of Americans don't feel the need to take long vacations, so they often let vacation and sick hours pile up without ever using them. Plus, most employers only give you 2 weeks out of the year. But in a lot of other countries, like Brazil or Finland, workers are encouraged to take an average of 30 days of vacay. Wow, maybe I should take some time off, or perhaps I'll just keep waiting.
Yes, I did hear that actually in the US you don't have many days. So for example, in Russia you have 28 calendar days off, that will be paid. And while watching the video I was laughing because actually I just had to redistribute twice more days that were accumulated, because probably I didn't go to the vacation in the recent years much myself. But there's another thing actually about the US is if we're talking about not some kind of vacation, but if we're talking about some kind of special period, you are not working, is the maternity leave. So in the US, as far as I heard, there can be just like few months or something like this. In Russia it can go up to 3 years, half of which would be paid by the employer, not in full, but like about 40% of your salary. Not above some kind of limit, but anyway. So I heard that the US is the country where you have to work a lot and you unfortunately don't have a lot of holidays.
It's not a party without red Solo cups. In the States, this red plastic cup is synonymous with "party on, dude." But other countries apparently don't recognize this cup to mean the same thing. People in the UK, for example, don't use red Solo cups at get-togethers. They have to go to a special website to purchase the cups for American-themed parties. Who knew?
The only thing that I can tell here, I did not get this point at all. We in Russia just drink out of bottle, and that's it. Joke.
Deep fried everything. Whether it's fried pickles or even fried Oreos, America has it all. Fried fish recipes first appeared in Spanish and Portuguese cookbooks as far back as the 1200s, and the Greeks were frying food in olive oil way back in the 5th century BCE. But as America does with many things, they've adopted a tradition from far-off lands and took it up a notch, or 5.
Probably this point, yeah, we should have had some deep dive here, yeah, and probably you can help me with some examples if we're talking about some exact dishes, because as for cooking in the oil, I know that like French fries or some chicken nuggets, yeah, or some tempura, if you're talking about some shrimps, yeah, these can be cooked in the oil, but like what I just saw, Oreo, like that's really strange. We don't have it here. Yeah, I never tried anything like this. Probably it is not bad, yeah, but for me that is a bit strange, yeah. Question to you, what is the most some kind of strange exotic thing that you have ever tried or at least seen that was cooked in the oil? Deep fried Oreos, what the
Everything you need right at the pharmacy. If you're not from the US, it may be puzzling to walk into a pharmacy and see aisles and aisles of over-the-counter meds, toys, makeup, clothes, and even groceries. Unlike in other countries where pharmacies sell medicine and medical supplies exclusively, the ones in the US are like small convenience stores where you can grab magazines, Tylenol, and a frozen pizza in one fell swoop.
Yeah, but this is a big question for me. Why then there is a difference between pharmacy and just a convenience store? Because you can have a convenience store that has all of it. Well, if we're talking about the pharmacies, I do understand that that you need to have some kind of license, yeah, for selling medical things, right? And you should be authorized to make with this prescription, to work with these prescriptions, whatever. But the question is, why should you mix it up with the groceries? So that not to have a grocery shop next to the pharmacy? Maybe. Once again, this is the point I didn't get.
16. Fill her up. In America, if a restaurant doesn't offer free refills on fountain drinks, it's kind of strange. But in other countries, once you buy one beverage, that's it. France banned refills on sugary sodas back in 2017 in order to combat the current obesity epidemic. But in the US, the idea of free refills is still alive and well.
Actually, talking about the refills, we never have refills here except for Burger King. So Burger King has launched this refill stuff some years ago. I'm not sure whether it is working now still, but I have never ever seen anything like this in Russia except for the Burger King. And I was talking to some of the guys from our community, yeah, some people from the US, and for them that was quite a surprise that we don't have this refill system there, yeah, because this is exactly what they got used to be having in the US, yeah. So I think that this is a true point, right? Yeah, but once again, not applicable here.
If you don't like it, return it. Whether it's an ugly sweater from grandma or a heinous pair of earrings from an ex, if you don't like it, you can just return it. In America, making returns at stores is pretty normal and super easy. I mean, the US even has a National Returns Day in January, conveniently held for you to return holiday gifts you weren't too thrilled about.
Yeah, but here the question is, do you need to have refills? Receipts? Refills, yeah. Do you need to have receipts? Yeah, so for example, you are having these earrings coming from your ex. Yeah, of course he gave them to you without any receipt. I suppose you would not be able to give them back to the shop unless you have a document confirming you bought them here. Yeah, so that's question number one. Question number two, I think that actually this is something that is possible here as well, yeah, but mainly I'm thinking about something like a dishwasher or whatever, some kind of electronic, yeah, stuff which can have some kind of guarantee, yeah. So if it's broken, yeah, then you can return it. I'm not sure whether you can return things if you just don't like them, yeah, but like it's like, from what I saw right now, if I did understand this point correctly, that actually you can use it as a rent, you know. So for example, you are about to go to the party, and you want to have these great earrings. Yeah, so you take them, you go to the party, you look beautiful, then you go back to the shop and you say, I don't like them. You get your money back. Is it how it works? I don't think so. Well, if it does, then actually the system is a bit strange. Yeah, because you can use it not in the best way. So probably there are some details that were not covered by this video. So if you know, yeah, please share.
Tips for everyone. Cab drivers, servers, hairdressers, you gotta tip them. Tips are acceptable for almost any service in the U.S. and sometimes consist of 25% of the bill. We haven't started tipping surgeons yet, but there are places in other parts of the world, such as Japan, that consider tipping incredibly rude, like in restaurants.
Yeah.
When you travel to different countries, it's important to learn their tipping etiquette so that you don't offend anyone. 13.
If you happen to be in Russia, yeah, so tipping here, more or less alright in the restaurants. Yeah, nobody will reject some extra cash. Yeah, I suppose that's the rule number one. And I suppose that usually it's about like 10%. That'll be a good amount here if we're talking about the cafes and restaurants. I'm not sure whether tipping to the cab drivers is quite popular here. I've never heard about it. I know that some people do give some extra cash to the cab drivers. I never give because, like, well, I was never taught to. Haven't heard about this about a hairdresser, but probably I don't need it much yet because, like, that's it. As for the surgeons, by the way, a good point, because I think, yeah, but I never thought about this, but I do believe that, like, if the surgeon does some kind of a operation to myself and this saves my life, I think that tipping to the surgeon would be a good idea, because that would be more important than having your burgers served in 5 or 7 minutes. Yeah, but anyway.
I'll take my coffee to go. With a Starbucks on every corner, it's very normal to see people toting around a coffee as they shop, commute to work, and whatever else at all times of the day. But in many parts of the world, coffee is meant to be sipped on while seated and enjoying the paper or chatting with friends. Tugging your coffee along with you throughout the day might be due to the fact that the cups are huge and take longer to drink. Who's got that kind of time to be sitting in a cafe for hours? Sounds like fun to me.
When I order coffee, yeah, I usually order like a big one, like 400 milliliters of cappuccino, sometimes latte. I would say that there was probably a stereotype, yeah, about Russians always drinking tea. Yeah, but I suppose this is something coming from the Soviet times. Yeah, back in the days, coffee was not that spread or even available here. So the beverage that everybody had and access to was tea. Yeah, so probably the tea here is a drink for the elderly generations. My wife doesn't drink tea much. I don't drink it at all. So we drink coffee, and many other people drink coffee, the ones that I know. Yeah, so we do have this spread thing here about the coffee as well. Probably not as much as in the US, but like we are not only tea guys. Yeah, so
the land of ice cold drinks. Now, speaking of drinks, if it's not a hot coffee or cocoa, then it's probably got ice in it. Tea, coffee, lemonade, soda, water. Americans like it on the rocks. If you go elsewhere in the world, odds are you'll be sipping your soda at room temperature, or maybe slightly refrigerated if you don't specifically ask for ice.
This one I heard, by the way, that in many kind of places in the US, if you just ask for water, you will have water with ice. Yeah, this is not something that you will get here I'm not sure that many places have ice stored back in their refrigerators. So yeah, this is a cultural difference that we have with the US, Russia. But probably it's because for the half of the year we have snow and ice outside. Yeah, that's why probably during the summer, yeah, everybody says like, nah, thank you, I will have this ice for the next half a year. Yeah, please let me just stay away from it for a while. Yeah, so nah. But actually, I would love to have this kind of ice culture here. Yeah, especially in summer, because I feel really bad when it comes to even 90 Fahrenheit degrees. Yeah, so for me it's like heat. Yeah, I'm a winter guy. Yeah, I'm a Russian. And unfortunately during summers, many places, they have their refrigerators broken. Yeah, and they don't even have just a cold drink. Yeah, not talking about the ice, just the Coca-Cola can be warm, so you're like, phew, nah. So yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one.
AC on at all times. Americans must have an aversion to being hot. In many parts of Europe, People simply don't use air conditioning as much as they do in the States. Here, it's expected to always have the AC blaring, and a lot of visitors find it pretty strange and quite chilly. But come on, it makes sense. If you're cold, you can layer up. If you're hot, all you can do is suffer and complain about it. Number 10.
I like these animations. In Russia, we don't usually use them. Yeah, so probably you could have seen some air con systems on the outside part of the houses if you were watching some videos about Russia, but actually this is not a spread thing. So in my family we never had this air con system. We are about to have it in a while, yeah, but just like because why not? Yeah, but we never had it. Probably you can live, and like millions of people live without it, and everything is all right. Everybody just got used to this. This is not something really spread here. Probably as well due to being quite expensive, yeah, and we are talking not only about this kind of block, yeah, module that you put on the outside and inside your house, but as well payments for electricity. Many people try to save money, yeah, on the electricity, but if you do have this air con in your house, then you are done.
Looking at dollars is a snooze fest. I remember going to Europe for the first time and thinking their banknotes look like Monopoly money. And I guess a lot of countries have bills of different colors and sizes depending on the value, like Swedish krona and Russian rubles. But not in the US. It's all greenbacks, baby. Sure, 10s look a little yellowy, 50s are kind of pinkish, and Benjamins seem bluer than the others. But still, US dollars definitely aren't as fun and rainbowy as other currencies.
Actually, this is not that an important thing. Yeah, and probably like, yeah, that's really strange that this video creator has outlined this because like, yeah, I heard that the bucks are green. Yeah, but still, I saw some yellowish tones. I saw some bluish tones. So actually, probably the colors on the US dollars, they are not that kind of evident. Yeah, but anyway, these are different colors. Yeah, so kind of, well, that's all right for me. That is not something that I would pay my attention to because like, okay.
Giving a thumbs up. In America, even little kids know a thumbs up means good job, way to go, or anything positive like that. But if you travel to Greece or the Middle East and give this common American gesture, you probably won't make too many friends. Hey, how about giving this video a thumbs up for the useful tip?
Yeah, so I have put a thumbs up to this video. Yeah, so in Russia, thumbs up is all right. Yeah, probably not many people use it, but it is totally understandable by everybody. Yeah, both the youngsters and older generations. Yeah, so if you come to Russia and you show this, then that's all right.
The date writing conundrum. So many visitors to the U.S. get really confused by the month, day, year thing, because most parts of the world write the day, then the month, then finally the year.
Exactly.
There's no clear historical reason why the U.S. insists on writing the day differently, but we just do. Number 7.
Yeah, that's really this really kills me. Yeah, because sometimes on some web pages where I register, yeah, it is not that evident what kind of format is required. So I do put it in our format, the one that first of all is date, month, year, right? So and then I get some mistakes. Yeah, so I really hate it. But anyway, yeah, I have no idea. That is the question to the audience. Yeah, guys, if you know why the US have implemented such system, please let me know, because I have no idea whether any other country uses the system like this.
Pre-baby baby showers. Many cultures celebrate a new baby coming into the world, but America is one of the few places that does this before the baby actually gets here. In East Asian countries, for instance, celebrations for a new baby are held once the baby is born, as doing otherwise is seen as bad luck.
Exactly. So, I have 2 kids. Yeah, if you don't know, I have 2 kids, both girls, and yeah, really, I would really agree here. Yeah, because like I don't even see the point of celebrating something before you deliver. Yeah, because like, you know, everything can go wrong. So you first deliver, you make sure that everything is fine, then you celebrate. Because like, yeah, it wasn't like a big event or something, but we were curious, both me and my wife, what would be the gender of our kids while she was pregnant. But we were not like that happy about it or whatever. Yeah, because all the thoughts that she had is so that she would give birth in the normal way, etc. So, cultural difference. Cultural difference.
How are you means hello. Sure, people ask each other how they're doing in other countries.
Yeah.
But Americans often use this phrase as a replacement for hey or hello. It doesn't even require a real response. People just answer with fine thanks, even if they're in a horrible mood or had a terrible day.
Yeah, I heard, this is not a surprise for myself. I heard about it many times. Yeah, and in Russia we are quite straightforward. So if you're asking a person how he or she is doing, you are expecting the answer. That would be rude if you don't answer. Yeah, but actually, yeah, you can answer as well, like, yeah, fine, thanks. That's it, because you're not obliged, of course, to tell everything that is happening in your life. But anyway, here, if you want to say hi to somebody, you just say hi. That's it.
Bathroom stalls that aren't so private. Don't like doing your business in front of complete strangers? Americans don't either, of course, but the fact that bathroom stall doors often reveal as much as your entire lower leg seems to say otherwise. There's no clear reason as to why there's this big gap in public bathroom stalls here, but many guess it's for safety reasons, or ventilation. Just saying.
Ventilation, so that everybody could better smell your... No, that's really strange. I'm quite shy about this process. I think that many people here do as well, and it's not only about like having this big gap, but for example, even myself at home, yeah, I will switch like the tap of water, yeah, so that there was extra noise, just in case. Yeah, but if you have this big gap, thank you very much. I'm out. Show me the nearby bushes. Yeah, so now of course I am exaggerating right now. Yeah, everything is not that bad, but I think you know what I mean.
No one uses their inside voice. A lot of my friends who are visiting or moved to the U.S. tell me that locals speak so loud compared to other countries. Whether it's talking on your cell phone or chatting with a friend over lunch, Americans seem to really like projecting their voice. I don't know. Maybe we just want to make sure we're heard.
Well, that is not something I'm much aware of, and I heard that the US people can be loud. I heard that the US tourists, yeah, can be loud, etc. But like, can this be a stereotype or not? I have no idea. Yeah, so kind of people who I am talking to usually, like people from our community, I mean, like through the voice chat or whatever, they seem to have more or less the same volume of speech as the one I have. Yeah, so. Now, of course, I heard some loud people who would be talking like this, really loud. Yeah, but the question is, probably this is an exception. Yeah, so, I don't know.
It's all about choices. Walk into any grocery store aisle, and you'll notice at least 10 different options for cookies, crackers, or cereal. People in the UK don't have these many options for food, and you'll almost never find anything in grape flavor there.
Yeah, I heard about this, man. Actually, I saw the US grocery shops. I've never been to the US, but like through the video chat. And yeah, it sounds like in the US you have a lot of different brands of a lot of different type of products. Yeah, so I would love to go to the US to the grocery shop. Yeah, just to see all the variety of our products there. The only thing that would confuse me is the sales tax.
Hopping into the back seat of a cab. When getting into a cab, it's customary in the States to scoot on into the back seat. But in countries like New Zealand and Australia, riding anywhere but shotgun can be a little rude.
I have no idea whether we have any rules about this. I think not, because I both take front seat, back seat, or whatever, and I never got told off, so it's up to you.
That classic American smile. In the U.S., people aren't afraid to be nice and show their pearly whites all the time. And according to a 2015 study at Brown University, because America has always been a very diverse country, it forced people to smile at each other more since they couldn't always communicate with language. That's just one more historical theory as to why Americans tend to smile more than people in other places do. Or maybe we're just, friendlier.
That's why we Russians are not that friendly, because we have. So overall, this was an interesting video. Though I think I know or at least heard of the majority of things. Yeah, actually not that much difference with the outer world. Yeah, if we're talking about the U.S. Yeah, so I think there are kind of some minor differences, like I don't know, this things like taking in backseat in the cab, yeah, whatever. The only thing that I would pay attention to probably is the sales tax, yeah, not to get in trouble, and as well probably tipping, because so that not to offend any people if you happen to be the guest, yeah, in somebody's country, in somebody's culture. What was the thing that you found most interesting? Please leave the comment. And once again, if you are coming from the US and you have something else to share with me and with all of us in the comment section, please feel free to leave a comment. I very much hope that you enjoyed the video. Yeah, once again, this is the very first reaction video on this channel, and I haven't been making these for like several months, almost a year. Yeah, so I hope that this video is more or less alright in terms of audio, video, and just the content itself. As well, there was another reason to leave a comment. Yeah, please give me some feedback. Thank you very much. That's it. It was Zangieff, your Russian made from Russia. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay tuned, and see you next time. Bye bye.